Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you what I did with this Robert Stanley black and white checked pumpkin. So I got this from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago when the stuff from Thanksgiving was 90% off, so it was $24.99, or no, $29.99. So I got it for $3. And I have this black ribbon that I got from Michael's. I had ordered it online a couple years ago, and it's kind of velvety ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the creases on this pumpkin, and I'm going to hot glue it from the stem just to the bottom of the pumpkin. I do let a little bit of it hang over that I'm going to glue at the bottom, and you'll see that later. And I just rub my finger along it so that it'll adhere to the glue and the pumpkin. I do measure each one individually. I probably could have just cut all of them the same, but I wasn't totally sure that they would all be the same size, so I did do them individually. And again, once I get it on, I do rub my finger down it just to make sure it adheres. I just think it looks so pretty with that black and white check. And this pumpkin is made of, it's not, I don't think it's porcelain, but it's not wood, and it's not MDF or anything like that. Maybe ceramic? I don't know. It could be ceramic, I guess. It's not too heavy. And I don't think it's hollow. Doesn't that look nice with the velvet ribbon on it? I think it adds a little elegance to it. So right here is where I make sure the ribbon at the bottom is glued down. And it actually makes a little barrier so that when it sits on your table, you know, it's sitting on the ribbon and not the ceramic or whatever it is itself. So it's not going to scratch up your table. Now what I have is this black and white yarn. And I want to say I either got this from Dollar Tree years ago or I got it from Hobby Lobby years ago. It's just been so long, I can't remember. But I thought it's cute because it's black, so it has little strings poking out, which I thought was cute. And then the white part has little, almost like little balls, I guess. And I'm just going to wrap it around the stem at the bottom on the pumpkin, not the stem itself. So I'm gluing it to the pumpkin, just wrapping it around in a circle. And I thought at first that I would put this in the indentations on the pumpkin, but I decided to use the velvet ribbon instead. I think it probably would have looked okay, but I don't think it would have looked as good as the velvet ribbon. So I wrapped this several times, probably, I don't know, 7 to 10 times around. I glue it here and there. I don't glue it all the way around. I just do a spot here and a spot there. So the pumpkin I did in my video before this one, the patchwork pumpkin, to me that is a country pumpkin. This one here is more like a city pumpkin. This is my black and white pumpkin. So to me, it's more like, you know, city-fied. The other one's more country-fied. And I actually had no idea what I was going to do with this pumpkin when I bought it. I was just like, well, you know what? It's a Robert Stanley. It was $30 and now it's $3. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go ahead and buy this. Figure out what to do with it later. So 2 years later, here we are. Now I have the white pipberry garland from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to make my curly cues with it. I just used part of it. I didn't use the whole thing. You can see a piece of it laying there because I took it apart. For them to make it into a garland, they just wind pieces of it together to make it as long as they want. So I'm just going to hot glue it around the stem. And I did just the back part there, but later on you'll see I did some other places that I glued it on because it just wasn't enough. It wasn't stable enough. It was moving around. So I'm just stretching out my curly cues a little bit. Then I have this black and white checked ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm keeping everything black and white for this pumpkin. And I just make a bow with it. If you want to know how to make different bows, just search for it on YouTube. There's lots of people that'll show you how to make bows better than I can. So I'm just going to put that right there. I think I put it, yeah, in between the pipberry garland swirls. And I make sure that I glue it onto the pumpkin itself or the stem. And I hold it down until it sets up a little bit. And see how my pipberry moved like that? So I need to glue it down better. So I'm going to glue that back part again because it kind of did pull loose. I think it was more hooked to the yarn than it was to the stem itself. So I'm just holding everything until the hot glue sets up a little bit. That's it so far. And I felt like my pip berries were still a little loose, so I'm going to put some glue along the sides there. And I'm holding it down until it kind of sets up a little bit. I don't want it to move around until it catches. But I also don't want to burn myself either. No way. This is that hot glue gun. Oh my gosh. It'll put a blister on you in a minute. And trust me, I've had a bunch, but not this time. So I'm just fluffing everything up a little bit, and then I decide to make a bow out of the yarn, the same yarn that's wrapped around the top of the pumpkin. And I just make a little shoestring bow out of it. And I'm going to put it on top of my black and white gingham bow. Just going to hot glue it there in the middle. And that's it for this one. So I do think it looks better than it did before it had the embellishments on it. You'll have to let me know what you think. Would you rather have it plain like it was in the beginning, or do you like what I've done with it? Let me know in the comments. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. But here it is sitting on my table. Couple different shots there. I like it. Black and white pumpkin. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if y'all like what you see, give me a thumbs up or a comment. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. If not, that's okay.